So, hello everyone and welcome. My name is Cherie Warwick. I am here with Nicole Priester and Dr. Elaine Newton of RBA. And if you're an RBA member, you are getting this so you can see our 2018 strategy. So we're going to start off with Nicole, who is our president, talking about some of her vision and some of the things that we're going to be doing. And then Dr. Elaine is going to give a presentation for those of you who missed the session on Saturday. All right, so Nicole, tell us what the vision is and anything that the members should know.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, RBA family. I'm very excited to be the newly elected RBA president for the 2018 through 2020 leadership session. And before we go into the vision for this administration, I'd like to just give a brief introduction to who I am. So I'll start with the foundation. Dr. Elaine has prepared a presentation for us, and we can just walk through that.
Okay. So we will start the presentation. If you look at the bottom of your screen, share screen again. There we go.
Is it visible?
Yes,
it is.
Yes. Great. Okay.
So here we are with the first screen, the foundation. Who I am. My name is Nicole Priester. I'm originally from the sunny southern state of California. I am definitely out of place here in the DC metropolitan area, or at least I feel that way every winter. I am the youngest of Jack and Dolores Priester, youngest daughter, and I left California and went to college in Louisiana and attended Southern University College in Baton Rouge. My connection to the military, I did not serve in the armed forces. However, my maternal grandfather was in the Navy as a steward during World War II. My father spent some time in the Army active duty before I was born, paratrooper, and for some reason decided to jump out of planes that were not on fire. And my godfather was in the Air Force, and another godfather was in the Navy, and a host of cousins and a nephew who currently serve in the Marines. So how I got here, I was introduced to RBA through Senator Michael Bowen Mitchell, retired senator for the state of Maryland. Michael Bowen Mitchell is the nephew of Parent Mitchell, who wrote the legislation for the 8A program that many of our minority entrepreneurs in RBA have participated in. It is really a wonderful legacy to be connected so closely to the founding father of a piece of legislation that has impacted many African-American families financially in a very positive way. I'm also a protege, or have been mentored by the previous female president, Colonel Gloria Redmond, and she and I continue to stay in touch to this day, and it's really an awesome experience to be connected to the first female president of the RMOA Business Association. My worldview is really very simple. It's faith, family, and focus. My faith being the closest thing to me. Next would be my family. I have a daughter named Sophia who's in the 8th grade. She's a part of everything that I do, and I'm very involved in everything that she does. And my focus, currently my focus is being the president of Encore Solutions Incorporated, a woman-owned small business in Rockville, Maryland, as well as being the president of this wonderful nonprofit organization. So what is the vision for RBA? To accelerate our members' business growth. And that's nothing new. We've seen this over and over again on the strategy map. What I love about this graphic is that it shows each letter of the word growth at various stages and different colors. So it represents our members in that we're all in different stages, we're all in different places, and the growth for each company is very personalized. You know, it's a specific journey for everyone. And we're looking to see how we can all move forward together. So the focus, how will we make that happen? A few things that we would like to bring up into the RBA format are a boot camp, collaboration, and industry and community engagement. The boot camp will be a part of our monthly meetings, and what that is it gives us an opportunity to learn something. So how fit are we for this journey? RBA creates a platform where we can learn from guest speakers, subject matter experts, and each other. In terms of collaboration, how can we work together? The purpose of RBA is for veterans and entrepreneurs to have a place where they can start businesses and grow. This concept originated in 1994 with our founding fathers. They came together as a way to parlay their military leadership experience into entrepreneurial endeavors. And in the beginning, they worked together, their businesses grew, and the organization was strengthened. We are looking forward to getting back to that format. Industry and community engagement. You know, how can we make a difference? RBA creates an opportunity where we can share our brand with industry as well as with the community. In terms of industry, we have had many large businesses come and meet with us that we would not have had access to without this format. Samsung, Lockheed Martin, General Motors, Accenture, to name a few, have all come and started relationships with our organization and many of the members. Community engagement. When we have an opportunity to give back, we support various high school and college ROTC programs, and we also support students who are out there who are interested in pursuing STEM careers or who are practicing their craft now, as well as other veteran organizations. So what's new for the agenda? We have a couple of things that will be changed or enhanced for our monthly meetings. The first one is that we will now be receiving a reusable name tag when we sign in. The purpose of this name tag is so that the members who don't know each other can truly get to know each other. And when we do our collaboration or have our boot camp sessions or members only sessions, we will know exactly who we are engaging with. We will continue to have our call to order and opening prayer, which is in our bylaws. It is very important that prayer remain a part of the organization. And we have a new 5-word introduction that was brought to us by Dr. Elaine Newton. This 5-word introduction will allow us to share more about our businesses very concisely and to be able to have more relevant discussion in the meetings about our businesses and how we can work together. We will change the way change the format of the approval of our minute meetings and financial reports. So we have a section called Just Business. We'll take care of the business, the minutes and financial reports, and then we'll also provide updates on strategy areas and teaming updates. We will also introduce an open discussion for old business and new business, and this will allow us to have an area where all of our members can get up and say whatever they need to share. We previously mentioned the boot camp. This boot camp will be in partnership with RBI, the RMOA Business Institute, and we will have several themes that we will cover each month in our monthly meetings. These themes have emerged from the survey that was taken from our membership last year, and it includes teaming, the procurement process, crossing the street for commercial opportunities or international opportunities, and funding opportunities, just to name a few. We will have a host spotlight, which is a shorter 3 to 5 minute presentation that the host will do on their company. And from there, we will have a mid-morning break. After the mid-morning break, we will get into a section called Let's Connect, where we will work with teams based upon either an IDIQ or procurement opportunity that has been introduced either from our Chief Opportunity Officer or from a member company who has an IDIQ contract or some type of opportunity that is out there in the procurement process where RBA members can come together and spend time working on achieving a win. From there, we will have networking, and then our meeting will be adjourned. We're very excited about this new format. We've had an opportunity to introduce it once, and we've received a lot of positive feedback, and we just thank you for your excitement and your interest and your patience as we try to move RBA forward and see each of our member companies grow. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole, and greetings, RBA family. This is Dr. Elaine Newton. I am the Vice President, newly Vice President, and I'm so honored to serve with such a great team. I had the opportunity last year to work on the RBA strategy and what we're going to be doing going forward. So I'd like to take a few minutes to share that with you, and then also share some opportunities for you to engage. So as Nicole has mentioned, the ultimate vision of the organization is to be the most effective association in the nation, the most effective business association. And we feel that we're doing that is by helping you accelerate your business, as Nicole has previously mentioned. And the focus in doing that would be for that all RBA members would arise and have impact, not only in their families, their business, and also their communities. So what does that mean from an organization standpoint? We use an acronym because we're military and that's what we do. And so let's go through each of those letters. A for RISE means access to business and executives. So you will see, and you have already seen as Nicole has gone over the presentation, how we're already starting to provide ways to have that access. Relationships with key people through some of our events and some of our activities. Integrity of RBA businesses. The goal of the organization is to ensure that all businesses or everyone in our community knows that when they do business with RBA businesses, they have people of integrity, of excellence, who does great work. And it's an attractive quality for those who would like to do business with us. S is for self-confidence of members. So as Nicole mentioned, all of us at our different stages of our business. So as you grow your business, the ideal with the support that you'll have the confidence, the education, and the training you need to go out there and win business and grow your business the way you'd like to grow it. And then E, engage members in RBA processes. So you'll find as we go through this part of the presentation, how you can engage and be a part of what we're doing here at RBA. So Nicole also mentioned that we have a strategy map. The strategy map was put together in 2006. And so the organization has been moving every year closer and closer to realizing this map. So because we're all in business, I know you're familiar with the balanced scorecard. So the balanced scorecard will allow us to measure our effectiveness as an organization. So if you look on the map, we have 4 key areas that we are focused on this year, and we want to make sure that we measure and have impact. And that's customer perspective, to make sure that we have a vision on how we appear to our customers. How do our customer view us? Not only you as a customer to the organization, but our external community. Internal processes perspective. Says, how do we satisfy? Those are the systems and processes that we put in place in order to be able to provide the services and the support you need, as well as always also to service our community. The third area is learning and growth. And as Nicole mentioned, we're all at various stages, and that our agenda is focusing on ensuring that you have those just-in-time skills and knowledge you need in order to grow your business. So we'll be working in those areas. And then lastly, financial perspective, we want to gain more support, more sponsors for what we do so that we can have a greater impact. So in July of last year, we began the strategic planning process. Really, it was a strategic implementation process. As I mentioned before, We already had a strategic plan, a foundational plan, but it has evolved over the last few years. So we had a group of about 14 members, which I commend. We were meeting almost every week, and sincerely every month, in order to put together this plan and to gain the feedback. So what are some of the things that we did in this process? We reviewed the current strategy, as mentioned before, not only the strategy map, but we also did a member survey, as Nicole has previously mentioned. We did a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, so we can understand how the organization sits within our community. We interviewed members. We interviewed board members, our senior members, and some of our founders here to find out what were they thinking and what kind of ideas or suggestions they have for moving forward. And then we also did some benchmarking for veteran organizations in the area to try to learn best practices for improving how we function as an organization. So what we came up with all of this information, it's distilled down to identification of new activities and services that we receive input from you that you were looking for. So you'll see that as we go forward, but we had to set some priorities. And the priorities is important because we can only do as much as we have engagement from membership to do. So we'll start first with our foundational activities, which we call our RBA signature events. And then next we'll move on to those new activities that will be implemented as members or you engage with RBA. So let's take a look at the key events. So these are our signature events for 2018. We will have a business conference in May and a leadership roundtable. We decided to roll those two together. It will be a day-long conference. Our day will probably be between 9 and 3 a.m. It will include some speed mentoring from top 10 CEOs in our area. You'll get a chance, again, one of the goals is getting you in front of these key people to meet with them, but also we'll have learning opportunities and some breakout sessions. And then it'll also include a plenary session with a key business leader who can provide us some insight. And then we'll also have some networking time during that event. That will be in May. In July, this is something that has happened in the past. We didn't have this last year, but we will be having a friends and family picnic. This is for us to invite our family out because, as Nicole says, family is a key part of what we do. We want to honor them. It's also bring your friends in. So we have a chance for us to fellowship and network in a picnic environment. In September, we've had a great our event last year, the Ted Adams Jr. Memorial Golf Tournament. It is already scheduled. It's going to be at Andrews Air Force Base, September 28th this year. If you are a golfer, please engage. But we expect all of our members to support these events by buying tickets and bringing members and helping to solicit sponsors. And then our last key signature event of the year will be our RBA Awards Gala, where we have an opportunity to recognize those in our organization who have done great work in business, in life, and community. So now we'll get into some opportunities for you to engage. These new activities were identified through our surveys as previously mentioned, and they are organized by our key strategy areas. So our first area is the customer perspective. We are right now looking for a customer perspective leader, and that person would be overseeing the work in several areas. We have a membership committee leader. Part of the activities that was suggested from you, the membership, was new member orientation. And then also to have some way to engage in internal members. We have some other things to engage, but just the touch points to keep you connected to the organization. We have Cherie Warwick, who's going to be helping us with our teaming and networking session. Now, this is something that Nicole had mentioned previously about, this happens in the meeting. After our core meeting, there'll be a break, members only. These are opportunities for you to team with prime holders of contracts for, or maybe you have found a contract, you're looking for partners. There's also some opportunity to learn some specific skills about doing any part of business to form business. So this is strictly for our membership. And Cherie will be bringing to us, as always, as the Chief Opportunity Officers, opportunities that we might want to engage in as teams. And then also the Friends and Family Picnic Committee falls in this area. Okay. Our next area is our stakeholder engagement leader. So one of the things we want to do in this area this time, we had a lot of suggestions to get out and community more. And so we are looking for a leader in this particular area. So what kind of things would this person do and their team? They would identify ways or places where we need to show up as an organization. For instance, maybe there are some community veterans events. There are activities on military installations that maybe we would want to have a table. So these individuals will identify opportunities in community and also opportunities to partner with other veteran type organizations to get out there to be more engaged in our community. The next strategy area is the internal perspectives. We're looking for a leader in that area. So what does that area include? Marketing, branding area. And we're in really desperate need of having someone skilled in this area. We really like to be able to communicate, better communicate what we do, market what we do, not only to members or future members, but also to sponsors. So as you can see, the leaders and members are needed. There'll be a new member sponsor information. There is a social media. Shireen Cook is someone who would volunteer already, so I'm putting her already on the slide, but there's just a host of people needed for that area, and we definitely need a leader who has a great understanding in the marketing area. The other area that is involved in internal perspective is the administrative support volunteers. Now, this is the internal infrastructure operations of the organizations. We're looking at IT systems. How can we use them more effectively, more user-friendly, better to serve our membership, who's not only here in the DMV area, but they're in other places, Florida, Atlanta, in different places in the country. How can we connect them better and provide that resource? Also, position descriptions, policies and procedures, all those things you need to run an organization effectively. And last but not least, internal and external communication strategy and implementation. We want to be able to communicate our message better. We want to be able to communicate with you better. If you have any skills or information you would like to work in that area, please let us know. The strategy advisor for this area, who has done a lot of work in this area that would help guide this, is Paul Davis. Our third area of interest is the learning and growth area. So we've had a lot of volunteers. We made this presentation at our meeting on Saturday, so we've got a lot of volunteers, and we have a tentative leader in this area, and we've got a lot of people really excited about this area because these are the things we're looking at doing. We've already mentioned the one-day conference and leadership roundtable falls in this area. A leader and 5 members are needed. I know they still need more members for that area. Also, the boot camp, as Nicole already mentioned, we want to coordinate a coordinator for the boot camp. We want to ensure that we are addressing topics, and these topics are just-in-time topics, real-time, things that you need every day. We want to make sure we have the right topics there, so we'll need a coordinator and members to participate. And some of those members may be you. You hold the expertise, and I'll say this. When we conducted the survey and we received suggestions for topics, it was evident to us that all the information we need is right here in our organization. It's right here. So we're going to ask you to share some of that information, and it'll give you an opportunity to get in front of the group.
Right, and for example, Mike Lozinski did a wonderful presentation about the tax implications.
Absolutely.
A fantastic initial business boot camp that you did.
it was great, and it was just in time, right?
And it
that's
was
what
just in
Dr.
time,
And
yes.
everybody needed it. It was just great. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure that when you attend the meeting, it is worth your while. When you walk away from there, you have something you can use. The other area here that we are looking at is building out our resource page. One of the things we heard from the survey is that people are not clear where to get what, who has what, who's doing what in the organization. If I need someone to help me write a grant, who do I go to? So we are, sure, raised their hand. But we want to put that out there for everyone. It's amazing. We haven't had time to really get to know one another and to find out exactly how we can provide services. So as we are talking about getting government contracts and crossing the street, we're also encouraging member-to-member engagement, B2B, that we can support each other in our business. So any type of resources that we feel that we need there. So the individuals here do not necessarily have to have an IT background, but to have a sense for what kind of information can we put on a page that would be helpful to our membership. And our last area is our financial perspective. In this area, we have a team of folks. All of us are constantly looking for sponsors. This group is specifically focused on finding key sponsors for our organization to provide resources. And I haven't said this, I need to say this. We are a nonprofit. No one here is on the payroll. No one. Everything that gets done has to get done through volunteer and membership. All of these things are great, but they cannot happen unless you get involved. We're looking for key sponsors here that can help us kind of to provide the financial assistance, to provide the services we need, to engage our community, to collaborate with others. So Frank Mullen is a part of that. Eric Cash is the leader, but we have a couple of events that fall in this area. We've already talked about our Ted Adams Golf Classic. That's coming up in September. Terry Bell and Michelle Braxton are co-leaders of this event, and we already have some members there. But if you are interested in participating, they can still use help. And then our awards gala also fits in this area. We are looking for a leader and members to assist with this event. This will be held in November, and probably want to pull in our veterans too for this recognition for this event. So those are ways that you can get involved. We're really excited about 2018. If you are interested in becoming involved in anything specific, then please, we'll make sure we'll have our enrollment forms posted on the site. Just download the form, complete it, check those areas you're interested, make sure you put your name and email, send it through our RBA office at gmail.com, and then the subject line would be member engagement. That information will come to me, and we'll make sure we communicate with you. Make sure we have the right people communicate with you. We will mark your calendars for this. We will have an engagement meeting, a conference call, January 17th, 2018 at 11 a.m. The call will probably be about an hour just to give you an idea of what's involved and kind of get you started with organizing the events. So we look forward to working with you in 2018 and expect to have a great year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Elaine. Nicole, do you have any final words of wisdom or anything like that for us, things that we should think about, things you want to emphasize to this, to people that are watching?
So one thing that I would like to share is that they just need to stay tuned. They need to renew their memberships, make sure that their memberships are active, and to just stay tuned, because we are on the verge of something really big and something exciting. We want everyone who has been associated with RBA, whether it's from 1994, whether it's from 2012, or whenever you came to know about us, to re-engage, reconnect, and to be a part of the blessing.
Great, great. Well, I want to thank you so much for agreeing to do this so that all of the members who were not able to attend on a couple of weeks ago or last week could get this information. So with that, I hope you ladies have a wonderful day.
Thank you for hosting.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.